Disclaimer. This video is for educational purposes only. Well, sorta. It's another school project I'm posting to my YouTube channel. That makes sense enough, yeah? Great, let's go. Tobacco, cigarettes, nicotine. These are the ingredients to make the perfect little addiction. Legal, thriving, and popular in an industry spanning as far back as the late 19th century. Nicotine is a hellish chemical that spawns from the tobacco leaf, which is rolled inside paper tubes to be smoked as cigarettes. And that is the problem. It sounds so normal, yes? Because it is normal to rot away at your mouth, throat, lungs, and bloodstream. It's been done since decades ago. It wasn't until, however, some very devilish people accidentally added an ingredient to that concoction. Technology. Thus, e-cigarettes were born, and using their ultra-pure delivery mechanisms of water, heat, and pure nicotine, the e-cigarette can finally kick the value of life in its gonads and send it hiking in the name of style and maturity. Parodies aside, this is a real issue. E-cigarettes are evolving and spreading a hidden epidemic some may not have seen yet. And that is... Kicking all the JUULs, what about you? Bitch, I keep a tool. Kicking all the JUULs, what about you? Bitch, I keep a tool. Bitch, I keep a JUUL. Yeah, bitch, I keep a tool. What? Bitch, I keep a JUUL. Yes, those things. No, not JUULs. Those are what you give to your girlfriend, only to find out she wants both of you to be sad, lonely, and depressed for the rest of the time. No. These are JUULs. J-U-U-L. These are the e-cigs that are the center of the new style and attitude stemming among American youth, and there's a few problems that are associated with this device. But to come back on the lecture, these are the three most alerting to come with the new innovative e-cigarettes.
One of which is just how much nicotine can be pumped into a single pod and potential dangers.
Another is a clearly wrongly chosen target demographic full of fresh, impressionable teens. And the final one is how much e-cigs mislead their users into a false sense of security.
Now, for starters, it's no lie nicotine clearly is a market drug in JUULs. With this in mind, it becomes clear that just how much nicotine is obviously the problem. One JUUL pod. This tiny thing carries about as much nicotine as a full pack of cigarettes, or roughly 0.7 milligrams, equating a full 200 puffs of the stuff in such a small package. Look at this tiny thumb drive, though it looks like nothing in terms of how much nicotine it has, but it truly has that much. The company themselves say so, and doing the math, it checks out. That's its own problem too. The fact that they are so small enables them for refills once one has collected enough from regular JUULing as its name. For those not able to invest in a long-term refill investment, there's always a 4-pack available for just $16, which, with the previously mentioned amount of nicotine, that's 4 packs for $16. Not even cigarette brands cost that little for 4 packs a visit, usually costing just a few dollars more depending where one lives.
Oh, but the little joyride doesn't stop there, no. It turns into something even worse, especially when light is shed upon who is urged to eat up the lie, the American youth. Look at the JUUL again, what can you see? A sleek, sexy, matte black plastic shell that easily conceals the true destructive nature of the nicotine beast. This enables, as studies show, about a fifth of the middle and high school populace to JUUL within their faculties. And yes, it is still nicotine, and it still does all the nasty crap mentioned at the beginning of this whole spiel. But wait, there's more adding on to the already heavily stylistic design. There's the following. Epic and radical skins to paste on the body of the JUUL itself, making it look more personalized and wacky, bordering just looking like a cheap toy. Wild and zany flavors for the religious taste-crazed zealot, ranging from cool mint to the classic menthol, and from the strawberries to even coffee flavors from third-party JUUL pod developers. And also, an added bonus of being able to completely discern adults not up to date with the latest tech out there. Meaning teachers, professors, and parents could just be none the wiser. What's that supposed to mean even then? The industry is targeting a demographic way too young to legally use the product nicotine, and to an extent, too young to use vape pens and vapes in the first place. It may be disallowed to advertise nicotine products on public television, buy nicotine for a minor, or even just be a minor using nicotine. But many companies do not need to, as they let the mindless be their hive mind of advertisement, allowing regular users to flaunt and display their smoking pride to let others simmer in their peer pressure. It's because of the medium. So, who is stopping some teen or friend from shelling out about a half a Benjamin to get a quick high for a few days? Seemingly no one. It all spawns from the sheer misinformation spread from the concept of vapes, such as, vaping is cleaner! You're not putting so much crap into yourself!
Hold on. That's where it all begins. Just because they take out the tar, the smoke, the leaf itself, they leave in one thing that will still continue to ruin someone entirely on the inside. Think about it. This is pure nicotine, next to essentially steam, which you shouldn't be breathing in regularly anyways. Is that really safer and cleaner?
The fun flavors aren't bad. You can't possibly think that's bad, right? Wrong again. That's exactly what the companies want out of their market. They want to deceive people into thinking that just because there are fun and wacky flavors, it disguises a demon underneath. You can't refill regular cigarettes.
This is true, but again, this convenience is part of the marketing scheme. It's a money and time saver where anyone can get their own quick Nick buzz because they can now make their own vape juice using glycerine and nicotine extract of some kind to make their own cocktail.
Just a minute ago, we mentioned e-cig flavors being a large part of the selling point of JUULs and other products. Now, what if we told you that, surprise, they are not original? It was shown to light when the FDA outright banned flavored tobacco cigarettes in 2009 with the following reason. The ban is intended to end the sale of tobacco products with chocolate, vanilla, clove, and other flavorings that lure children and teenagers into smoking, as explained by Gardner Harris of the New York Times. Flavors banned from cigarettes that Dieter use. Harris Gardner. On top of that, this issue was immediately realized. Dr. Margaret Hamburg, a food and drug commissioner, told Harris and explained, "These flavored cigarettes are a gateway for many children and young adults to become regular smokers." So how does this relate to all the nasty blasphemy about JUULs just a bit ago? It's some wicked niche or loophole, for one. Cleaner, pure nicotine with the added bonus of actually being able to sell flavors to the youth. They share the same respect and receive no punishment. It's like being a criminal for a robbery while someone just outright shoplifts without giving a single fuck. If the regular cigs get flack for being flavored, why don't JUULs and other electronic ones do as well? So, what action do we need to take now? We'll tell you. 1. Take e-cigs as seriously as regular paper cigarettes. It's still a nicotine product, it's still addictive, and it's still just as harmful. 2. Begin cracking down hard on the epidemic that's spreading through the depths of American youth. It is a matter of corruption, and if the FDA could simply realize the threat that is threading the needle through a massive oversight in their legalities, maybe things would get done. And warn those about nicotine-free risks. We may not have mentioned that side of e-cigarettes here, but even the nic-free ones are still subpar to normal air. Anything other than general air isn't good to breathe in regardless, and that should be addressed. Overall, we cannot just say, outlaw nicotine products, because that is just about the most dull way to go about this. The nicotine industry makes bank considering that the cigarette taxes exist. So why stop at just cigarettes? After all this, however, there is one more question for the masses that we all have. Would you give up pieces of your body to get high? To disintegrate yourself to the point you cannot feel it past the pain? Thank you for listening and watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. On my behalf, at least, because this is my channel, and I dictate what goes on in my channel, and I hope I made this entertaining for you. We're excited. Right there. Hi. Looks like it's the end of the video. Goodbye.